Tonight, a story that's creating a buzz in the Bay Area and around the NFL. Did 49ers superstar Aldon Smith receive preferential treatment during his recent DUI arrest in San Jose?
And did the sheriffs of Santa Clara County make serious mistakes in judgment? Tonight, we investigate.
Chief investigative reporter Tony Kovaleski has uncovered exclusive information raising concerns about Aldon Smith's recent run-ins with the law, and Sheriff Lori Smith says she did nothing wrong.
Janelle, Jess, by all indications, Sheriff Smith did not break any law, but after reviewing the facts, two highly respected legal experts say it just doesn't look good. The questions center on interactions during Aldon Smith's criminal investigation and an expedited processing the morning of his DUI arrest.
And there's the sack. Aldon Smith steps up and gets dropped. 2.5 sacks on the night.
He's the all-pro linebacker of the San Francisco 49ers.
Aldon Smith's going to the Hall of Fame if this game goes on much longer.
Did Aldon Smith get preferential treatment?
Yes, he did.
The questions involve 49ers superstar Aldon Smith, Santa Clara County Sheriff Lori Smith. They center on a Saturday behind these gates at the sheriff's shooting range and a Friday morning inside the Santa Clara County Jail.
Normal protocols were not followed.
What's that mean?
That means that preferential treatment was given to Aldon Smith.
He's a veteran member of the Santa Clara County Sheriff's Department. He asked us to alter his voice and disguise his identity because he fears retaliation. Is this unusual?
It is very unusual.
The unusual actions came in the hours after Aldon Smith was arrested in South San Jose for driving under the influence of alcohol. Friday morning, September 20th. The issue is that there are deputies in your jail that believe you provided Aldon Smith with preferential treatment that morning.
The process is the same for anyone who gets booked and arrested.
But that's not what the records show. According to the arrest report, Aldon Smith was booked into county jail at 9:40 in the morning. In the field, his breath test recorded at .151, nearly twice the legal limit.
It's been a practice at the jails for many years, decades actually, that for anyone coming in for intoxication has a minimum of 5 hours. And we often keep people beyond 5 hours if they still show signs of intoxication and they can't care for their own safety.
And remember, the arrest report shows Aldon Smith was booked at 9:40. We called Sheriff Smith asking to confirm the time of his release. She left a voicemail message. You told me on the voicemail that he was released about 11:20 in the morning.
If that's what I told you and your sources inside the jail that are talking to you that are providing you information that I don't know independently right now, that was weeks ago.
Would you like to hear the voicemail?
No, I would not.
So while deputies in the jail say it's common practice for DUI suspects to spend a minimum of 5 hours behind bars, on that Friday morning, Aldon Smith was booked at 9:40, released at 11:20, just 1 hour and 40 minutes in the county jail. And about an hour later, published reports show the 49ers all-pro linebacker was back on the practice field. So did Aldon Smith get the star treatment on that Friday morning?
Yes, he certainly did.
Would the average person be allowed to leave after just a couple hours?
No.
Did Aldon Smith receive preferential treatment?
Aldon Smith did not receive preferential treatment.
But questions about Sheriff Smith, Aldon Smith, and preferential treatment go back even further. A sequence of events that started on June 20th of 2012. A party at Aldon Smith's 8,000 square foot home in the East San Jose foothills. It ended in a shootout. Smith was stabbed and 2 party guests were shot. Aldon Smith.
Yes.
He's under investigation by your department, right?
He is a victim of a crime with our department.
The sheriff's department began investigating immediately following the shootings and stabbing at Aldon Smith's party, an investigation that spanned 15 months. During that time, behind this gate, on a Saturday this past June, an event at the sheriff's shooting range to raise money for the Sheriff's Advisory Board. So Aldon Smith was at your range?
Yes.
Did he shoot the Sheriff's Department guns?
Probably.
Some of the 49ers, including Aldon Smith, were among those invited to the range to shoot high-powered weapons. Did you see Aldon Smith there?
I saw him there, yes.
Did you interact with him?
Not sure if I talked to him. I may have talked to him.
Did he ride in your helicopter that day?
Yes.
A day of shooting rifles, a helicopter ride, and socializing with the sheriff and members of her department.
There are some in your department that say that's a conflict of interest, Sheriff.
Why? Why?
Because his party, he may have been under investigation by your department.
Why do you say he's under investigation? He was a victim of that at his house.
A curious response because just 2 days after that interview, 15 months after her department started its investigation, the district attorney filed criminal charges against Alden Smith, labeled a defendant, charged with 3 counts of possessing illegal assault weapons, found by Sheriff Smith's investigators in Alden Smith's bedroom while investigating his party.
She invites him to the range to shoot weapons. She allows him to fly in the helicopter. Is that a problem?
It appears to be a problem, yes.
Kevin Ryan is a retired San Francisco judge and former U.S. attorney for the District of Northern California.
It doesn't look good. It doesn't feel good.
Rory Little is a professor of legal ethics at the UC Hastings College of Law and a former federal prosecutor.
A chief law enforcement officer should avoid contacts like that.
Both are respected members of the legal community. Both reviewed the facts surrounding that Saturday at the shooting range.
Does that raise questions about the integrity of the investigation?
It presents issues of appearance, and it could very well lead to the ultimate conclusion that there might be issues affecting the integrity of the investigation.
Did the sheriff make a mistake by allowing Alden Smith to come to this event, to shoot her weapons, to fly in her helicopter?
Based on what we know, it sounds like she made a mistake. It's a mistake in judgment, or it's a mistake in public perception. Yeah, she probably thinks she made a mistake too.
At a minimum, the district attorney is probably going to look at the situation and want to talk to the sheriff's office to make sure the investigation wasn't in any way tainted.
And McCoy is sacked.
Great play by Alden Smith.
Clearly a question of timing, an issue of granting access to a star football player in the middle of a highly publicized criminal investigation.
If someone is under investigation for gunplay, I don't think it's wise or justifiable to bring to the sheriff's office range to use county guns and ammunition.
There are people that say there was a conflict.
Do you think there's something wrong with it? I don't. And I would do it again. He was
Sheriff,
up there,
I don't. Members
and it was
of your
wonderful.
Staff question.
Okay, so then why aren't they coming to me and questioning me?
So ultimately, questions raised about 2 decisions made by Sheriff Lori Smith and her team. Superstar Alden Smith receives an expedited jail stay following a DUI arrest and an invitation to a fundraiser, the shooting range, and a helicopter ride, all while under investigation for felony crimes. Alden Smith remains in rehab. He's expected to turn himself in on the criminal charges later this month, and he has a November 4th court date on those DUI charges. Sheriff Smith again saying she did nothing wrong.
Okay, and I'm sure you're going to be staying on top of this case for us.
We will.